Hello, I'm David Kerr and you're watching Shalom World News. Here are your latest news headlines from around the globe. Pope Francis has phoned Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York to express his concern and affection for the people of the United States' largest city during the present COVID-19 pandemic. So far, more than 10,000 deaths in New York have been attributed to the coronavirus. Following the call, Cardinal Dolan revealed that Pope Francis had expressed his love and closeness for all the people of New York, especially those who are sick. In return, Cardinal Dolan said he had thanked the Pope for his leadership during the present global pandemic. The Holy Father also expressed his pastoral solicitude for the neighbouring Diocese of Brooklyn and for their Bishop, the Most Reverend Nicholas DiMarzio. Meanwhile, in his homily marking the Tuesday of Easter week, Pope Francis urged Catholics to remain faithful to God in good times and in bad. Reflecting upon St. Peter's invitation to repentance and fidelity on the day of Pentecost, the Holy Father noted that in life there are always illusions that attract our attention and that often draw us away from God. The Holy Father prayed that all Catholics remain loyal to Christ at all stages of life. Approximately half of all Americans believe that the Bible should have an influence on the shaping of the country's laws. That's according to a new study by the Pew Research Center. They found that 49% of Americans agree with the proposition that the Bible should have at least some influence on US laws. Among Catholics, that figure jumps to 51%, while among all Christian denominations, the figure is 68%. The highest degree of approval for the proposition came from white evangelical Protestants, among whom 89% said the Bible should have an influence on US laws. The bishops of the United States are calling for both prayers and assistance to be given to those affected by the storms which hit the country's southern states on Sunday, claiming over 30 lives. In a letter jointly issued by the President of the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops, Archbishop Jose Gomez, and the Chairman of the US Bishops Committee on Domestic Justice and Human Development, Archbishop Paul Coakley, the prelates called for assistance to be given to all those affected and especially those who are grieving the loss of loved ones. They also recognised the added difficulties caused to relief efforts by the present COVID-19 outbreak. The Sunday storms hit the southern states of the US across Mississippi, Georgia, Arkansas and South Carolina. The states of Texas, Louisiana and West Virginia are also reportedly severely damaged. The Pontifical Charity Aid to the Church in Need is to provide $5.5 million of emergency aid to clergy and religious in some of the most vulnerable parts of the world. The money is aimed at assisting priests and nuns who have lost their basic means of subsistence due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so that they are able to continue their apostolic works, such as administering the sacraments, teaching the Catholic faith, caring for the sick and elderly, helping the poor, and visiting prisoners. The financial aid will help Catholic organisations across the Middle East, Central and Eastern Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa. Austria has become the latest country to be consecrated to Mary, the Mother of Jesus, as part of its efforts to defeat the COVID-19 outbreak. The consecration was carried out by Bishop Wilhelm Krautwaschl of Graz-Seckau at the Marian Shrine of Mariazell on Easter Monday. Bishop Krautwaschl used the same prayer of consecration as had been employed by Pope Benedict XVI at the same shrine back in 2007. Following benediction of the Blessed Sacrament, the bishop stated that the clergy and lay faithful of Austria have but one mission: to bring Jesus, who is alive, into a dark world and to share the good news of his gospel. Like the apostles in the upper room, he said, people are now locked up and isolated due to the COVID-19 restrictions, but he added, just as with the apostles, Mary still stands by each of us in prayer and patience. Well, that's all for now. Do join me next time on Shalom World News. Until then, may God bless you. Shalom.